What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a look at a Game Week 4 wildcard with some of those heavy hitting defenders. What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. So as I mentioned in the introduction, this is going to be a Game Week 4 wildcard which has a slight focus on investing a bit more in the defense and some of those high scoring defenders that we can own for the upcoming few game weeks. Now it's not going to be 5 at the back, it's not going to be massively and then the rest of the team is completely ignored. It is still a squad that I think you can definitely go into Game Week 4 with. This is going to be the first of 3 videos coming on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. 3 different wildcard drafts with slightly different focuses because I know you all have slightly different ways of playing the game. You don't all want to be playing it with the same investment and the same players in each position. So this is going to be a bit of a diversified option with 3 short videos coming on Friday, Saturday and Sunday with 3 different potentially wildcard drafts for any of you playing your wildcard or considering in it, or just players that I think you should be owning going into the next few weeks if you aren't on your wildcard either. So in defence in this big at the back, we're going with Hugo Louise, who is the only goalkeeper not to concede a goal so far in the Premier League. He's gone up to 5.6 million. Now, the upcoming run of fixtures for them isn't as great, but they kept a clean sheet against Manchester City in Game Week 1, as well as a clean sheet in both Game Week 2 and Game Week 3 as well. He is a good goalkeeper that Tottenham defence looks more assured under Nuno than they did last year, so he is the goalkeeper that I've gone with. He will be in there starting for you each and every game week. Next to him, I've gone with Steele of Brighton. We don't have any other Brighton players in this team at the moment, so he can just be in there. Your goalkeeper that sits on your bench every week, but Lloris being the starting goalkeeper for you every week. Into the defence, so there are some cheap options that we've gone with. The first one is Brandon Williams. Now he's in his Man U kit there, but he of course has gone to Norwich. Now playing on the left hand side, he instantly made that Norwich defender look slightly better. I don't necessarily think they'll keep a lot of clean sheets, but he is 4 million. He will start pretty much every week and he does have the occasional attacking return in there with him. Now to combine with him, we have Livramento, 4.1 million. So now you're probably thinking, this is a big at the back draft. Why have we got 2 4.0 million defenders in here? Just wait until I finish the defense. But Livramento, again, a cheap option that sits on your bench every week. He's playing either right back or right wing back potentially. Gets very far forward for Southampton, so he has a lot of attacking threat. They will keep some clean sheets. They've looked better in the past couple of weeks compared to what we thought they potentially would do. So 4.1 million is definitely a good price. Now, the first premium option we've got is Trent coming in at 7.5 million. Now, there is no draft that I'm going to throw at you that doesn't have Trent in. Whether they've got good fixtures, bad fixtures, I still think Trent is one of the most essential players to own in FPL. 7.5 million is a good price whether they've got good or bad fixtures. So, he, of course, is in here despite some potentially difficult fixtures from about Game Week 9 onwards. With him, we have Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw is potentially a more short-term option. They have a really nice fixtures for game weeks 4, 5 and 6. 5.5 million with Ronaldo coming in. I think there's more assist potential as well as a bit of goal threat coming in from him there. 5.5 million, own him for the next 3 weeks and then potentially look to sell him to a Chelsea defender or something else. But for the next 3, you still want to be owning Luke Shaw if you have him in your team. Next up, we have Anthony Rudiger. So if you do sell Shaw, it will be to double up on Chelsea defence. So Chelsea are one of the, if not the best defences in the league, along with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. They have an incredible run of fixtures coming from Game Week 7, but they can keep a clean sheet against anyone, and they play Aston Villa at home in Game Week 4. So I think if you are wildcarding, it's definitely worth considering having that Chelsea defender in your team from the get-go, so you can have them for when that nice fixture run starts. And then selling Shaw and potentially going double Chelsea defence to combine with Trent, I think is a really nice option. Into the midfield, the first one we've got is Jack Harrison. So in order to free up a little bit of money, I've gone with Harrison over the likes of Rafinha, but I still think at 5.9 million, given how good he was last season, he hasn't scored or got an assist yet this season, but I still think he's a great option at that price at 5.9 million. They also have a really nice upcoming run of fixtures from Game Week 5 as well, so you do want to have a bit of that Leeds attack because we know how many goals they can score. Next up, already there, we have Mo Salah. Again, I'm not going to start taking out key players that you're wanting to own. Just because you've got that big at the back, you will still want the likes of Salah in your team. So he is there, 12.5 million. He can be owned for the whole season. You don't need to worry about transferring him in and out. They have nice fixtures, but as he showed in Game Week 3, he can score against anyone, especially because he's on penalties. Next up, we have Damari Gray. So 5.6 million, and he's looked so good for Everton so far. One of the cheap enablers that allows us to own these premium defenders as well as owning premium midfielders and potentially a premium forward in this team as well. 5.6 million, he's scored goals, assists, he's looked so creative, putting crosses in for Calvert-Lewin. It's a great price. I can only see him getting more and more minutes. He's very direct in the way he plays as well. So I think the attacking returns, given the upcoming run of fixtures that Everton have, is so nice. It's such a nice price for him. And fourth in midfield, we have Ferran Torres. So again, we're not skinting in midfield. We've got 4 proper goal scoring and assisting midfielders. I spoke in my team selection video a little bit about Torres, so go and check that out if you haven't watched it already. He's playing up front for Manchester City. He is at a price which is acceptable if he gets rotated slightly, but 7.1 million midfielder for the Manchester City striker is just an unbelievable price. And finally, we've got Sissoko as my 4.5 million option. So he's actually at Watford now, but he'll probably be playing either right mid or as the most attacking midfielder in a midfield 3 if they play their 4-3-3. He can get attacking returns, he can get goals, assists, and he will play almost every week, if not every week as well. Into the forward line, so again, we've got Ronaldo. So yes, we've got Shaw, Trent and Rudiger in the defence, that big back 3 that we've got there. But we do still have Salah and Ronaldo. Now, I've gone with Ronaldo. I think he's ready to start game week 4. He's going to come in. He'll likely be on penalties, free kicks. And as I said with Shaw, they have a really nice run of fixtures for game weeks 4, 5 and 6 before, if you wanted to, potentially sell Ronaldo to the likes of Lukaku and Shaw to a Chelsea defender when the Chelsea run of fixtures becomes very nice. Now, next to him, we have Antonio. Of course, Antonio has to be in every team. They do have Europa League to play as well, but he is the highest scoring player in FPL. He's the highest scoring forward, the highest goal scorer. 4 assists and 4 goals in 3 game weeks is just crazy. There was no way he was not going to be in this team. And the final option up front we've got is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So 8.1 million. But as I spoke with Gray, it's such a nice run of fixtures for Everton that I had to have him in this team. He will score goals. He's on penalties as well. So a great option to combine with Ronaldo Antonio up front. So that's the 15 we've got, but in terms of the starting 11 and what it would look like, so this would be a 3-4-3 and it does just fit into budget. So my budget that I have with my team, I would be able to afford this. Now, there are slight ways that you could go downgrade. You could downgrade Torres and go to Rafinha and have him and Harrison, for example. You could go and get Adama Traore in there. You could downgrade Calvert-Lewin to Bamford again. There are ways that you can save money if you don't have quite enough. You could sell Louise, for example. There are ways if you don't quite have enough money to afford this, but I can afford this, so the majority of you will be able to as well. So we've got a massive defence and goalkeeper, Lloris, Shaw, Trent, Rudiger. So a lot of money spent there, but we still have the attacking players. We've got Harrison, Salah, Damari Gray and Ferran Torres in the midfield with Calvert-Lewin, Ronaldo and Antonio up front. So this is my first of 3 wildcard drafts for you, the big at the back version that I've got. I hope you have enjoyed. So as I mentioned, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be 3 drafts for you to think about if you are wildcarding or just thinking about players to buy. I hope you have enjoyed. Do hit that like button if you have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel with notifications so you get that little reminder for when these other videos do come out. Enjoy the rest of the international break, everyone, and I will see you all very soon.